What's up, folks? Shadow Hector here from the Outerhaven, and today we're checking out a little roguelike adventure game coming out for the PC later in April 2018 called Sinner: Sacrifice for Redemption. Now, at first glance, I thought this game was pretty much like a Dark Souls clone, where, you know, a lot of companies have been trying to emulate this From Software's Dark Souls clone adventure, and for the most part, some have gotten it right, some have gone completely off the rails. However, this one isn't exactly like Dark Souls. Dark Souls, you start off at the bottom, you work your way up to the top, fighting bosses as you go along, fighting mobs and whatnot. This game takes a different approach. Instead of doing that, you have already done that before you even start the game. You're pretty much this badass character who has slain everything, but for some reason or another, he is seeking redemption. We're not exactly sure why that is. The story isn't completely fleshed out. It is not available in its copy of the game. This is not early access either. This is actually a beta copy of the build that the developers of the game were happy and gracious enough to provide to us for some beta testing, some feedback, and for the most part, it's been pretty rough. I'll be honest, it's been really rough. I really was able to play the first couple betas. This one has gotten a lot better. There are some bugs in it still, but for the most part, it is completely playable. And I'm going to run through the first boss for you guys and give you about a good 5 to 10 footage of gameplay. But I also wanted to break down the game and show you a little bit of the game running. So we can go ahead to the options menu here. We've got access to graphics. We can go full screen. We can go window screen. Resolution goes all the way up to 3440 by 1440, which just happens to be the resolution of my monitor. I'm pretty sure it takes your desktop resolution. So if I had moved over to my other machine, which is hooked up to my 4K TV, I'm pretty sure this would have outputted at 4K. We have access to quality settings. We can go from low, medium, high, very high. We can adjust the brightness, and of course we can adjust VSync on and off. At the same time, we can play with the controls, we can play with the sound. Pretty cookie cutty there. I will say that I do like the fact that this game does support DualShock 4 controllers. Now, I have tried it, and this build has an issue with using DualShock 4 controllers. Sometimes the weapons don't switch, you can't go to your items correctly, so I've resorted to going back to my Xbox One controller because apparently that is more native. I'm not exactly sure what is going on with that, but I did pass my feedback over to the developers, and they are going to look into that. That's it, guys. Let's go ahead and jump into the game real quick. I want to show you the moveset and what you have access to. So when you first start out the game, you have access to all of your abilities. And when I say that, it's because in order to fight one of these bosses, you have to give up a little bit of your soul. But we'll get to that in a little bit. So we have access to a curved sword, excuse me. Kind of reminds me of a claymore or a bastard sword, and we have access to a long sword. Both of them have access to a light and a heavy attack. Heavy attack can be hit once and you'll do a lunge attack with this sword. If you hold it down, you'll do a running lunge attack. It takes almost all of your stamina, so it's kind of a commit to it and you better hit it or you're screwed. You also have access to a light attack, which is this. You can combo this indefinitely as long as you have the stamina. Same thing for the other sword. You have access to a heavy swing, but if you hold it down and charge it, it does 2 swings. It does some massive damage. You also have access to the light attack, which again can be comboed as long as you have enough stamina. I also like the attention to detail. This is actually pretty cool. So with this sword, if you run, you hold it in your hand and you run as you normally would. If you use this sword, however, you can drag it along the ground and you'll generate sparks, and it's pretty cool. Run through the water and it doesn't do it, but you splash up. It's actually, I like how they did that. We have access to certain items. So you can see in the bottom left hand corner, I have a harp shaped container, which is basically refill my life. I have access to some throwing spears, which throws like a magical electrical discharge. We have access to bombs, and we have access to this, which is a weapon debuff. I'm actually going to use the weapon debuff just because the boss we're going to fight, we lose it. So we won't be able to use it. So remember when I said you lose a bit of your soul? That wasn't actually precise. What happens is when you go to fight a boss, you have to give up something. You see how it says sacrifice. You will have to give up something of your person in order to fight this boss. If you win, you get it back. So right now, I'm going to go ahead and say, yes, I'm going to sacrifice, and it's going to take something away from me. It should take away my weapon debuff. Yeah. It took away my weapon debuff, and it took some of my bombs. I had 6, now I have 3. It took some of my spears, I had 20, now I have 10, and it took my weapon debuff completely. It's gone. So I can say atone and go ahead and fight this boss, or I can say retrieve, sacrifice, and act like none of this ever happened. But for the sake of this this introduction, this demo, we're going to go ahead and atone, and we're going to go fight this boss. So I fought this boss a couple times, and I was successful beating it once. The past builds, I wasn't very lucky, and again, it had a lot of bugs, and the controls were a little iffy. This time around, hopefully things will be a little different here. So this one has 2 different attack phases, which you'll see in a couple moments. It definitely feels like a Dark Souls game, though. See what I mean? Use all your stamina during that attack. Oh, no. Stay away from me, crazy lady. I've noticed all the attacks don't always switch out when they're supposed to. Let's see which one she's gonna do this time. Okay. The lightning phase is actually a lot easier than fighting the other one. I almost rather fight the lightning more than this, so I'm not going to really damage this one a lot. And you'll see why in a couple minutes, assuming I don't die. She's switching. You also have access to a parry. I've only done it once. I don't know how I actually did it, to be honest. I need my stamina back. Oh my god. That attack still has not gone away. It's still on the board. Lady, stop being so cheap. Oh god. I don't want to really attack this one too much. So at 50%, they will both come out at the same time. One of them has to be at 50%. And it really doesn't matter. Oops, I can't see here. But I'd rather get the golden version down first because she's actually the harder of the two, believe it or not, because of her physical attacks. The lightning one isn't really that hard. And she has to recharge. And her attacks are a lot more telling. I wasn't even near you and you pushed me away. There we go. Switching out. Now the real fight begins. I don't know how I dodged that, but thank God I did. I kind of wish it was easier to select certain items when you're fighting. Like a quick select like Dark Souls has. No, I fell. Dang it, I was doing so good. I keep forgetting that there's a ledge there that you can fall off of. I keep forgetting that that is there. And I had that boss. It was mine to lose, and I dropped the ball there. So, all right, attempt 2, let's go. We got this. We got this. And I totally missed that. And I missed that. What the heck, Keith? I kind of like if you do the running attack, you can kind of negate some of that damage. Wish you could really stagger her or something, but that's not an option. See, those swords are still in the field. Oh, there we go. Oh, crud. Alright. There's the lightning spear. She's gonna transform. Nope, she's gonna stay in. Surprising, she hasn't switched out yet. Oh, there we go. She swaps her heads. Wow. There is no margin for error on this boss at all. Holy crap. That wasn't good. You can't get away from her slices, which is something I have a complaint about. And unlike Dark Souls, with some of those boss fights you can cheese, so far I haven't figured out a way to actually cheese this. These fights take a while. Which one are you doing, lady? I know I have items, but I'd rather save them for the other character. Just because I know what she can do. Ah, keep getting stuck by that. Here's the switcheroo. All right, lady, come on. Wow, that was a crap ton of damage. What hit me? Oh, I can hit her source from her. That's good to know. I just realized I'm on a checkerboard. Stamina does not come back fast enough. And I'm glad I moved out of there. Just gotta make sure I don't fall off that ledge again. That was very disappointing. And I don't know where it is. There is no 360. You cannot look behind you. So you have to keep pace. Oh, great. Stupid dance. It's bullet hell time, and I'm failing big time. Oh, crap. Oh, that did me in. Yeah, I did better the first time. I have no more heals, and the lightning is catching me off guard. What, really? What the heck? I couldn't move. My character just simply stopped. You saw it put its hands up in the air for some reason. I don't know what that was for. I was on a spear. It totally should let me use the spear, but it just put the hands up in the air and stopped. All right, so third time is a charm. I don't know what happened there. I need to figure out how to do the parries. That should make everything a lot Or get her down as fast as possible and just take as much damage as I can. Oh, she knocked me up in the air. Music stops. Oh crap, really? Come on, I was just getting up. Which one is she doing? I don't think that was very fair. I was just getting up and it smacked the hell out of me. When you get hit, you get stunned for like a split second, and that's more than enough because they do some massive damage on you. Swapping, Huh, so she can interrupt you doing your charge up. What the hell? Look at that thing. I couldn't dodge it. My first attempt was easily my best attempt, that's for sure. Ah, you're on fire, but there's no lingering effect. Oh, it just stays on the floor. Okay. Oh, the fire doesn't hurt them though if they sit still. That's silly. This definitely feels very Dark Soulish. Feeling that dread of holy crap, I'm not gonna win. Damn it, I'm in that lightning field. There's that lightning again, I gotta get out of here. This should do it. Then it's just her. Or the other her. Come on, die! Alright, one down. This one's got a power up. Whoa! Chandeliers are falling on my head now. Not cool. So close. Another chandelier. I just realized this person's name is Levin, like Kevin Levin from Ben 10. Or Levon. Whatever it is, name is Mud. All she wrote, folks. So now we just do the redemption. I am out of all items. And the avatar of envy has been redeemed. Your health has increased. So we get a perk after beating the boss. And thus goes one of the first bosses in Sinner. And then we get this really, I guess, so-so animation of some kind of liquid oozing out of the crevice of the boss we defeated. I'm not exactly sure what that is or what that's supposed to represent, but it does drip into the water that's in the beginning of the stage. This kind of reminds me of the Nexus from Demon Souls. It really does. So now, Levin Unduk and her Red Hall are lost in demise. So that means she is now vanquished. Again, I can retrieve my sacrifice, which means I can go ahead and fight her again if I choose to. There is one more boss right here. I'm not going to attempt him right now for the length of this video. And that's all I have. I'm not sure if it will unlock another boss or if I only have access to 2 bosses for this beta. But once again, everybody, thank you for watching the video. And if you like what you saw, please go ahead and comment below. Go ahead and like and definitely subscribe here to the Outerhaven Productions here on YouTube. Thanks for watching, and we'll bring you more content on Sinner once we have more of it. Take care.